Hello everybody, it's Linda. I just wanted to kind of show one of my little crafts that I've been working on for the past couple of weeks to give as a Mother's Day gift. She's my little clam baby. What I did is I have a passion for seashells, and I do a lot of seashell work. And I just get these spells every once in a while where I'll take a seashell and decide what I want to do with it. And the little porcelain baby doll is inlaid, or she's sitting inside of a clam shell. This is a very large clam shell. And what I did is I bleached the clam shell in some water, hot warm water, for a couple of days. Let it get real clean. Doesn't have to be exactly white, but it just gets some of the grimy black dirt out of the grooves. And then I take it and let the clam shells and the oyster shells, or whatever shells that I've got, I take them out, put them on a paper napkin, and let them dry and till they get completely dry, because water does get absorbed in the seashells, so it takes a couple of days to dry. And then after I let them dry, I start the glue process. And these little roses here I bought at Walmart. They were actually wedding flowers that you could toss or use as decorations for a wedding table. But I went ahead and glued them and made my own little fabric flowers, and I glued them onto the seashell. And then I took the pearls and glued the pearls onto the shell. So as you can see, around each side here, it's all decorated. Now when I come over to this side, you'll see that I have glued an oyster shell onto this side. And then it gets around a little more, and you'll see there's the fabric flower, the oyster shell. There's actually two shells underneath, well, actually three shells. There's the bottom clam shell, the top clam shell that's glued together like a chair, and then I have just these as stands for decoration, just to give it a little more glitz. And I've glued a conch shell in the center here, some rose petals right over here I've glued, and then I've got her sitting down inside of the clamshell, and she's waving hello to everybody. So everybody say hi back. Then I have over here in this corner, I just fill in, like, once she's sat down in the shell, it pretty much fills up the bottom shell. As you can see right there, there's the bottom shell. So you don't really see too much of the shell. And then around the top here, because it has that rough look, I just glued some beads around here and a flower, and then I glued a flower here and here. And then behind that I fill in the gaps with the glue gun, and that makes it a little bit more sturdier and keeps it together. But this is what I'm making for Mother's Day, or giving my mother for a Mother's Day gift, along with some other things. But this is what I call my clam baby. So this is one of my seashell projects, and it's really fun to make. So your imagination can go do a lot of things when you're bored, or you don't have anything to do. You can really see a lot of things. Also, a friend of mine in Facebook, she was talking about, she's a sculptor, and she's really good. And I mentioned I was playing with clay, and I'm embarrassed to even show her. I've been actually doing push molds. So Ann, I can't sculpt like you, but your Tweety bird is definitely adorable, and I got to know what site you're getting ready to put her on, because I just fell in love with your Tweety bird. But these are just regular push molds, and what I did is I make my own glimmer mist, and I had a very pale pastel pink of glimmer mist that I made, and I sprayed each one of these. These are all push molds of flowers that I made. So what I did is put them in the push mold, and I'm using alumina clay. The aluminum clay, this is what it turns out to look like once it's dry. This one is actually not completely cured, so it will get a little bit lighter than this, but it comes off with an off-white sheen to it. And these haven't been painted, but I take my little glimmer spray mist after they have dried, and I just spray them down and with the glimmer mist, and I let that dry. And then once I let that dry, then I take Martha Stewart glitter paint, and I put a gold coat of Martha Stewart glitter paint, and I use these for my like embellishments and my fabric flowers. Like if I have a fabric flower that's a white fabric flower, but I want to use pink, I'll glue that in the center. And a lot of people like to use buttons and other different little charms and stuff. But this is another way that you can decorate your flowers, your fabric flowers, by using the push molds. And like here's a cameo, so that's a really pretty piece that will be put on maybe one of my altered boxes. And just like this butterfly will be put on an altered box. Then I have like the filigree. They look like little filigree. And I have like a little angel. There's an angel there. Or angel wing. That's done in the glitter gold. And I've got the key. There's a little key that was in one of the push molds that I bought. So I had the little bitty teeny tiny key. Just, like I said, I make a lot of these for decoration. And it saves you from having to look online for buttons all the time and having to wait for 4 weeks for a pack of buttons to come in. So this is another way that you can use up some clay. I use air dry clay. Air dry clay, really, it dries overnight, really. I'd say 2 days maybe, depending on the weather, that it would really cure very well. But you can actually start painting them the next day and just let them dry for a day or two, and then you've got your embellishments. You can make a small pile like I just did a couple nights ago, or you can make a large quantity. I mean, you can spend hours on it. I still have a huge pile of clay, so I only used a small portion of clay, so I still have a lot that I can make. Probably I'll be able to make about 200 little embellishments to put on my my flowers or altered boxes. Well, I just wanted to show you guys what I did, and I hope you have a nice weekend. And if you get a chance, you want to do something with a seashell, this is one idea that you can use. The little clam baby. Bye bye now, and y'all have a nice day.